Hurricane Melissa made landfall in Jamaica Tuesday, killing dozens of people and wiping out entire communities on the island. This weekend, rescuers and aid workers have been spreading across the island, distributing food and water to areas still isolated days after the disaster struck. News4JAX reporter Sophia Vitello is here to talk about one disaster relief organization that is on the island right now helping people in need. Sophia, did they tell you what the situation looks like right now?
Scott, they did talk to me a little bit about it. Specifically, I spoke to Gary LeBlanc. He's the CEO and founder of Mercy Chefs. So right now, they're on the west side of the island in St. Elizabeth, an area that hasn't seen much help at all. He tells me people are walking for miles, wandering the streets, looking for food, looking for water, and wondering what is going to happen to them and their families. LeBlanc says this natural disaster isn't affecting just one neighborhood or community. The entire island is in disarray. The Mercy Chefs team got to Jamaica Thursday night and set up their kitchen this weekend. Just in the last 2 days, they have fed thousands of people. LeBlanc says it's so many they can't even count, and they're cooking meals that are familiar to these families. So jerk chicken, rice, beans, but they're also handing out groceries so these families can start getting back on their feet a little bit. He says the people they are feeding show up with 1,000-yard stares of confusion, pain, and shock. LeBlanc tells me him and his team have spent the last 20 years going to every major disaster site across the country and the world. But he says what they're seeing right now in Jamaica has shook them like never before.
It's been so hard to get around on the island. Roads are blocked, all the mudslides. But as our team began to get further and further into ground zero, where the storm cut across Jamaica, it was pretty startling for them. Yeah, it was very difficult to get in there. The first day, there was only one way in, and there were 4.5-hour military roadblocks that were trying to manage the traffic over there. But trees are down, power lines are down. Debris is all over the roads. They're trying to clean things up as quickly as they can, but it's a mess. Hope is going to come, but hope's not here yet. Most people are just still in shock. They haven't even had that opportunity to contemplate what just happened to them, their home, and their island.
It's just devastating. Let me tell you something about Mercy Chef, Scott. So I first met Gary LeBlanc, the man you just heard from, last year when Hurricane Helene hit North Carolina so bad. And then they had set up camp. They were feeding people there. A year later, now they're still there. So this organization isn't just a one and done, let me just go this weekend and help families. They're going to stay there as long as that need exists in Jamaica.
So, Sophia, how can people watching you, right, anyone help the situation in Jamaica, this organization possibly?
So there's a couple of things. LeBlanc says, first of all, prayers for these families because these people are struggling. He talks about, those 1,000-yard stares of confusion, pain, and shock. So pray for these families. Also, he says that these people are telling them they don't want to be forgotten because, a lot of times these hurricanes come, these natural disasters come, and you forget about them a week later. They don't want to be forgotten in these little isolated communities of Jamaica. They want you to remember them and remember they need help. And the last thing, if you want to help Mercy Chefs, go onto our website at News4JAX. There's a link in our web story about this specific situation. You can see it and click it and go straight onto the Mercy Chefs website. When you donate, you can actually tell them where you want that money to go. And then you can say, hey, give this money straight to the people in Jamaica.
Sophia Vitello, thank you so much.
Thanks.